Namaste, everyone, and welcome back on the mat for another Yin Yoga class. My name is Matt, and today we're going to be focusing on embracing movement in our life. It is said that movement is the strongest energy of life, and some people in this world are not as fortunate as us as to have 2 legs, 2 arms, and to be as healthy as we are. So it's always good to put that back into perspective and appreciate that movement is just so valuable. And this is why we do yoga in essence, to keep that movement going within our body and keep everything working into order. So today we're going to embrace that. And I've put together a Yin Yoga flow. So we'll be holding asanas for roughly 2 minutes, moving at a faster pace to really embrace that concept of movement that I'm sharing with you today. So we're going to start by taking the seated position. I'm just going to invite you to close your eyes. And I always like to just relax my mind and take some deep breath, lengthening my spine, sitting up straight, and then bringing my focus and attention to the inhale and exhales through my nose. Being grateful for being in good health and appreciating that our bodies are functioning in a way that it is not for others. I always like to thank myself for taking the time out of my day to do something that's beneficial for me and connecting with my yoga mat. I find it's important to be grateful for the things that you do that benefit your life. So thanks for joining me on the mat today and doing the same for your own benefits and health. We're just going to take a couple more breaths. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. So we're going to take one big inhale, bringing our arms all the way up to the sky. And we're going to interlace our fingers and twist our palms up, stretching and lengthening our spine. And on your exhale, we're going to lean forward, pushing through our shoulder blades and rounding our spine. And then inhale, go all the way up. Exhale, move forward, round the spine. Push through your arms. Inhale all the way up once more. Exhale, rounding the spine. Inhale all the way up. And on the exhale, just go to the left side. So focusing on opening up the rib cage. Taking a few breaths here while maintaining full contact with your sit bone and the floor. And on your next exhale, go back to the middle. Take one big inhale. Exhale, let's lean to the right, opening up the left side of our body this time. And on your next exhale, come back to the middle, and you can lower your arms back down. So that felt really good. And now we're gonna set up ourselves for butterfly position. So you might want to keep a bigger distance from your heels to your groin area. And from here, we're going to bring the left arm up in front of us, and with the right arm, we're going to scoop underneath and grab our fingers together. You might want to put the back of your palms together, grab them, try to do whatever works with your flexibility level. So we're going to take one big inhale, and on the exhale, we're going to lower ourselves forward, rounding our spine. And then finding stillness. This might be hard if you haven't done this asana before, but it's okay. That's what we're working on today. And on your next exhale, we can raise ourselves all the way up, uncross our arms, bring them back to the ground. Take a little moment here. And when you're ready, we're going to bring our right arm in front of us, grab the left arm, scoop around, and grab your fingers, or just go palms to palms. Whatever you can do based on your flexibility level. Some people are very flexible and can grab both hands together. In my case, I have tight shoulders, so this is what I can do, and that's okay. So one big inhale, and on the exhale, we're going to lower ourselves down. Just doing what you can. And on your next exhale, we can come all the way up, uncross our arms, and place our palms back down. Just taking a moment here. And when you're ready, I'm going to invite you to close your knees. Turn onto your side to go on all fours. And we're just going to set ourselves up for a sleeping swan. So from here, we're going to bring the left knee behind the left wrist. Extend the right leg back and behind, flat onto the floor. You can grab your left foot with your right hand, opening your hips up and placing your shin towards the front of your mat. So I always like to take a little moment upright here, taking a few breaths. And when you're ready, you can lower yourself forward onto your forearms or come all the way down, placing your forehead onto the mat. And when you're ready, we're going to raise ourselves back up, bringing that left leg all the way back. You might want to just stretch it a bit and have a gentle calf stretch at the same time, which feels really good. And then when you're ready, from all fours this time, we're going to bring our right knee behind our right wrist, opening up our shin towards the front of our mat, extending our left leg back. Just taking a few moments here, upright, to settle into this. And on your next exhale, you can lower yourself forward onto your forearms or bring your forehead all the way down to the floor if you can. Really focusing today on the movement of your body. So every time you move something, really putting your attention and focus on the movement you're doing to try to see if you can feel everything that's going on within your body and the energy that's flowing from each asanas as we progress and move. And on your next exhale, we can come all the way up. Bringing that right leg all the way to the back and stretching our calf. Really feels good to do so. And then going onto our knees, we're going to tuck our toes and we're going to sit all the way up onto our heels to do this toe squat, which really opens up our ankles. So this might be challenging for you if it's the first time that you're doing it. So you don't need to stay here for 2 minutes like us. You can get out of the asana at any point in time and work your way towards longer hold with time. And on your next exhale, you can bring your palms all the way down, untucking your toes, sitting down onto your heels, and then we're just going to lean back onto our hands, allowing our knees to lift up a bit, just to stretch the front of our ankles. And then we can come all the way forward, releasing the tension that we just created here. And this is where, if you have a bolster, it might come handy. Not that you need it, but I'm gonna use it for this particular asana called half saddle. So what you want to do is you want to bring the right leg in front of you, keeping the left leg bent, and placing your left foot on the outside of your left glute. And from here, you might want to bring the bolster at the base of your spine, and then we're going to lower ourselves down very slowly. onto the bolster. So I like to do that because I can't go all the way down to the floor yet, but I'm working on it. So this offers a deep stretch again in your ankles, but the front of your thigh this time. And if you don't have a bolster, you can just lean back on your elbows or even on your hands if you can't go this far. It's totally fine. And from here to release, just roll onto your right side. Allow your left leg to come all the way forward. And then you can push yourself back up. And then bring your right leg around. As you can see, placing it to the outside edges of my right glute. And then sit up straight, place the bolster at the base of my spine. And if you don't have the bolster, like I said, you can just lean back on your hands like this, go all the way down to your forearms. Or some people are able to go all the way down onto the floor. So just do what you can and play with the asana until you find what feels right and good for you. And when you're ready, I'm going to invite you to roll onto your left side, releasing your right ankle very slowly and extending that right leg in front of you. And then you can push yourself back up into the seated position. So from here, I'm going to invite you to raise yourself all the way up. And we're going to go into dangling position, which is really good to release the low back. So keeping a slight bend in your knees. I'm just going to invite you to grab onto both elbows above your head. And then allow yourself to lean forward. And just relax here. Which feels really good to release the low back. You can even wiggle left to right with your arms. And from here, we're going to place our hands on the ground, twisting our feet to 45-degree angle towards the outside edge of our mat. We're going to lower ourselves down into a squat, and then placing our elbows on the inside of both knees. We're going to place the palms together and push outwards to open up our groin. So we're just going to sit here for a little bit, refocusing on our breath once more. This is a really good opener asana. If you work seated for long hours during the day, doing this is tremendously beneficial to regaining balance and flexibility in your hips area. And from here, we're going to place our hands on the ground, lift our hips up, and go onto our knees. And then touching our big toes behind our butt, we're going to place our knees to the outside of our mat and sit down on our heels. We're going to go into wide knee child's pose. So on your next exhale, you can walk the palms of your hand forward and allow yourselves to come all the way down. And on your next exhale, you can walk your hands backwards very slowly, focusing on each movement. And then we can bring our knees back in. And from here, I'm going to invite you to go all the way down, if you want, onto your bellies. And then you can roll onto your back. And we're going to get into reclining twist. So we're just going to bring both knees in towards our chest. And we can just hold it here a bit to release the low back. Wiggling left to right. And when you're ready, you're going to grab your right hand, place it to the outside edges of the left knee, and then we're going to twist everything to the right. And you can extend your left arm to the left side of your mat and look left. And on your next exhale, you can bring your knees back in the middle, hugging them once more to release the low back. And when you're ready, you can grab the outside edge of the right knee with the left hand and twist your knees all the way down to the left side of your mat. So keeping both shoulder blades in contact with the floor, extending your right arm to the right side of your mat. You can then look right and just enjoy the release that this does to your spine. And on your next exhale, you can bring your knees back to the middle and extend them in front of you for Savasana. So take a comfortable position on your mat, lying completely still, palms up towards the ceiling. Just taking a moment to notice the openness that we created by allowing our bodies to move in various asanas today. you can come all the way up to the seated position to conclude this class together today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick Yin Yoga flow. Just remembering that our bodies are like a car. If it sits for too long, it will rust and problems will arise and it will start to seize. So moving our bodies and movement is really important to a healthy life. So with that being said, I'm gonna wish you a beautiful rest of your day. If you like my classes, please subscribe to my channel, share it with your family and friends, or donate to my PayPal account. It's always very much appreciated. So let's place our hands at our heart, close our eyes. One big inhale, sitting up straight. And on the exhale, releasing every tension that's remaining in your body. And that concludes today's practice. Namaste, guys. Until next time, bye.